My boys, at times, I feel like a social experiment gone wrong. Because growing up, I was constantly surrounded by all things Pokemon. Even more than that, I was surrounded by people obsessed with Pokemon. From friends at school sneaking in their games and cards, to at home with my sister always having the anime on the TV, or my brother and his insane collection. I mean, he's got all kinds of cards, graded, imported, he's got limited edition systems, all of the games, and even the demo carts that stores would use. I don't even like Pokemon like that, but I can't lie, that makes me kind of jealous. And yeah, you heard me right, I did say I don't even like Pokemon like that. That's why I feel like a social experiment gone wrong, because despite being constantly surrounded by it, I was never really too interested in Pokemon myself. I wasn't a hater, but I wasn't really a liker. It just never clicked for me. As a kid, the mainline games never really left much of an impression on me. The anime felt boring to me, and I never understood card battles or the culture around collecting them. But that's not to say that I don't have any fond memories and experiences with Pokemon. I played Ranger and Mystery Dungeon as a kid, and I had a blast with those. I also love the memories of when my brother and sister and I would treat the Pokemon TV movie specials like actual cinema, hyping them up all week until they aired. And hey, I still don't understand Pokemon card battles or the culture around it, but I mean, I think they look cool. Like, what's that, a Sandy Gas? That's pretty sick. I like that. I'm not as crazed about Pokemon as I see so many other people around me are, but I desperately want to be. The hype and love a lot of fans have for all things Pokemon, it's contagious. And I feel like I'm the problem when I'm not as interested or invested as I see so many other people very passionately are. And I swear, I really try. I mean, I spent $480 on Pokemon games during the Switch's life because I want to feel what others feel with this series. I know how great the series as a whole can be, and I'm still chasing the highs I've experienced before, like with my childhood wonder surrounding Pokemon Ranger or the Pokemon Go summer of 2016, and most recently my surprising love for Pokemon Sword. I always imagined that my next once-in-a-blue-moon Pokemon phase would happen when Legend Z or maybe Gen 10 released, since they are easily shaping up to be some of the most anticipated and hopefully the most innovative games yet. But to my surprise, that was not the case, because those games are still a ways out, and I have somehow managed to develop the biggest Pokemon hyperfixation I have ever had, and I don't think it's leaving anytime soon. Against all odds, I've become addicted to a Pokemon game. But again, in a strange twist of fate, of all games, it's one on my phone. TCG Pocket was the only Pokemon game to come out in 2024, and when I first heard about it, I thought it sounded like the stupidest, most pointless Pokemon game ever made, and in hindsight, well, I forgot Pokemon Rumble existed, but regardless of my preconceived bias, I gave TCG Pocket a shot because I always give Pokemon a chance. It being a free app on my phone kinda made it an easy sell, and I knew that I could easily delete it after a few minutes if it ended up being the shallow, microtransaction riddled experience that I thought it was going to be. But no, it's peak. This game has taken over my life. Look at my screen time on it. I have not been able to put it down. Oh my god, I'm done. I know how silly it sounds to say that after years and lifelong exposure to all forms of Pokemon, that a free mobile game was ultimately the thing to get me addicted. But I'm just so happy to finally be enjoying a Pokemon thing as much as I am. I don't even care if you think I'm a clown for that.
A bit? Alright, hang on.
No. I actually kind of care. I do actually kind of care.
Too late.
Oh, come on. I said that I did. You know what? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. So, in my lifelong journey of scouring the earth for Pokemon games that I could enjoy, I tried just about everything. Taking photos of them, shuffling them, being them. And while a lot of those experiences were hit or miss for me, they never confused me. I always clearly understood what they were trying to do. But a Pokemon thing that I've never understood has always been the cards. There's just so much going on. It's always felt like this daunting hobby that I'm just much too late to join the party on. On the collecting side of things, you need to keep up with the constant releases and know which series have cards that you're interested in, which is expensive. Like, just because you buy $50 worth of cards doesn't mean that you're gonna pull the cards you're seeking, or even valuable ones. For me, it just never felt worth the money to maybe have a chance at getting a card that I wanted or a valuable card. I mainly felt that way because I swear, growing up, I would occasionally get a booster every now and then, but I never once remember ever getting anything cool. But beyond the collecting is the G portion of the TCG, you know, the game. I forget that the cards are more than just investment opportunities and laminated waifus. There's like an actual game to be played with them. Though I never got into it because growing up, it really wasn't the most accessible. Because you gotta spend money for cards, but to be good at the game, you need good cards. So you gotta open more packs, so you'll need more money. And I was not in that tax bracket. Also, I'll be damned if I know what's going on with the gameplay. All I know is you gotta do math and flip these plastic coins, and you need a deck of viable cards and a playmat, and then you gotta make this summoning ritual pattern with them. Does this mean the clown costume gets to come on? Well, what I was trying to get at is Pokemon cards can feel intimidating to get into collecting and challenging to get into playing. So while on the surface, it can be very easy to dismiss TCG Pocket because, like, why collect fake digital Pokemon cards that a solar flare can take away from you at any moment when you can just go and buy actual physical cards? Collecting digital things can seem kind of pointless, especially under a microtransaction pay-to-win type system. But the best part about TCG Pocket is that it's free. Like, you genuinely do not need to spend a dime. This game is not the microtransaction reliant experience I thought it would be. It is so accessible. Spending money in this game is very much optional because you can get so much done by just playing the game and earning points through the challenges that are always being refreshed. The TCG is a perfect fit for an app because it takes the collecting and battling aspect of the physical cards and makes them both much easier to get into. I always enjoyed Pokemon card art, but not the money that comes with wanting to collect them. And battling has always interested me, but it felt complicated. I mean, you saw me, I just summoned whatever that was, and you also gotta do math. TCG Pocket just makes everything much more accessible while still providing a solid fun experience for both collecting and battling. For the collecting portion of the app, they really outdid themselves. The charm factor here is cranked up to 10. Everything is so neat and sleek, but still full of personality. They made opening digital Pokemon booster packs probably just as satisfying as it is in real life. Not only is it nice to look at the packs as you spin through them and select which one to open, but the light haptic vibrations when doing so and the sound design make all the difference. I mean, listen to this. Shh. Oh my god, that's the stuff. And don't even get me started on how pleasing it is to view the cards you've already collected. You're able to shimmy it around and angle it, and it'll replicate that holographic glow that cards do in real life. Being an app, TCG Pocket is able to take more creative liberties that make the experience of opening and collecting digital cards a lot of fun. Like sometimes when you rip open a booster pack, it'll glow or make a special sound so you know that you're gonna get some good cards. And one of my favorite features is with how some full art illustration cards will play animations that reveal a dynamic video of everything that's going on beyond the borders of the card. Like, that is such a great idea. It's one that could only ever work on an app. TCG Pocket isn't held back by being a digital version of an already physical experience. No, in some ways, I would say it actually heightens the TCG experience. Like with Wonder Picking, it's the same premise as Wonder Trading, but made to fit the card game. You'll get a list of options full of random people and friends that have the contents of recent packs that they've opened, which can make collecting rarer cards much easier by giving you the ability to just have the chance of picking it out yourself. Like I said earlier, TCG Pocket takes the fun of collecting and building decks and makes it a much more accessible process. Which leads me to the other aspect of TCG Pocket's gameplay that I've been having a lot of fun with: the battling. This is what I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on when it comes to this app. It is more than just a card collector. It also just so happens to be the most fun and accessible way to play the actual card game. And I had no idea the actual Pokemon card strategy game could be this fun. Ever since I was a kid, not a single fiber of my being was interested in playing the actual card game. Even my older brother, Mr. Binders full of rare cards, did not care at all about the game aspect of them. Until TCG Pocket came around and made battling seamless and a speedy experience. You can set up a whole table game in the palm of your hands and not be slowed down by needing to stop and do all the intricacies. You don't need to do the math. The phone does the math for you, you son of a bitch. I'm in! I'm out. Okay, I'm out. Battling in TCG Pocket is addicting, because when you battle, you can collect hourglass points that you can use to open more packs. So you battle to get packs, which in turn gets you better cards to battle with. The solo missions are the perfect way to ease people into proper battling. They'll start you out with the basics of learning how to place energy or how evolving and supporter cards work. And as you learn more about how to battle, they will really start to test your competence by increasing the difficulty of the computer opponents, as well as offering difficult challenges that will easily put you at disadvantages. Which, saying they're difficult is to put it lightly, because some of those expert challenges are so brutal, I would seriously contemplate punching a hole clean through the nearest wall. But it's kind of worth it, because afterwards you'll get points. It is the perfect method to familiarize yourself with the strategy behind the game and at the same time build better decks. Opening packs and then battling is this perfect gameplay loop that is so satisfying to take part in because it's free. And with how consistently they update this game with more expansions to come, there will always be some way to earn points to open additional packs. I literally completed all of the first expansion solo battles, and when I was done, I had 198 out of the 226 cards in that set. And even after you've exhausted all of the solo battles, you still get up to 2 free packs a day, and that's not even counting the in-game events with additional challenges that can earn you more points. Also, the online play is something that actually has incentive behind it, because from time to time they'll have events that reward players with emblems when they reach a certain amount of wins. There was a good few days there where I would boot up this game just with the sole purpose of completing this online event. I grinded 45 wins just for this medal. And while playing against real players can be a brutal reality check, it can also be a great show of your own skill. And now that I have this medal, people will know I'm standing on 45 dubs and business, so they better watch out. Again! This happens all the time! Yeah, the online play does have a bit of an issue with people using the most basic bitch easy decks, like Gardevoir and Mewtwo or EX Celebi and Superior. They're just easy to set up and very easy to dominate battles with. But when my ragtag group of Pidgeot, Jolteon, and Dedenne clutch up, God, that feels good. Joltik, no! Battling in TCG Pocket opened my eyes and gave me a whole new appreciation for the TCG. It's just so much fun to kill a few minutes by doing a battle or organize some games with some friends. And with how well supported the app is, I don't see myself slowing down anytime soon. Man, I am honestly just so happy to be enjoying Pokemon on this level. I swear, it's given me a new appreciation for Pokemon as a whole. So I really had to just make a video and spit about my love for it and maybe convince some other people to give it a try. So here's my user ID if you want to add me for Wonder Trades or whatever. And it's actually pretty funny, because of TCG Pocket, I ended up finally biting the bullet on buying physical cards, and oh my god. It has been, without a doubt, just as much fun of a time. Like, these are some of the first cards I pulled from some of the first physical packs I've opened, and because of that, I definitely have a new gambling addiction. But that is a video for another day, so be on the lookout for that, because I'm going to be making a video talking about my newfound appreciation for Pokemon cards and my gambling addiction, where I want to open a pack a day for a month straight. So if you're into that, stay tuned. But my boys, that's all I got for today's video. I just wanted to thank you all for the love and support the channel's been getting lately, so if you liked what you saw and you want to see more, go yell at me in the comments, and if you're a subhuman who uses Celebi and Superior in online battles, go yell at me in the comments with your user ID, because I'm going to kick the ever-living...
It's better down here.
Oh,